Okay, am I here? I'm here. Hello. You look lovely.
How's life since UPW?
Oh, it's been so good, hey. I really needed that extra fire to carry on through the year. It's been so nice. I can't wait to crew at the next event. I really want to crew again.
Yeah,
Yeah. How
I've
about you?
already
You joined Business Mastery.
I did business mastery back in January.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it was like I don't have a business yet to apply it to. Yeah, well, at least I have education.
Yeah, exactly. You're ready. When you're ready, you'll have the education.
Yeah, well, at least when I'm ready, I'll have more of an idea of what I'm doing.
I think we all feel like that. And Tony inspires us so much to like get these programs because you know you're going to need it at some point. So, I mean, it's not like you wasted money. Investing in ourselves is never a waste. So now you're doing numerology. Is that something new that you've been doing?
No, I've been doing numerology for years and years and years. I started learning it in 2011. It's like 12 years ago now. And since then, I've done probably like 400 different readings for people. So,
Wow. So I'm just like really blessed to have
however,
the
I
opportunity.
have never charged money for it,
And
believe
you've
it or
done so
not.
many.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to do a few of these for free, but on video so I can use it as my promotional tool here.
Yeah, do
And
it.
I
I'm
can
happy.
and then I can put it up and then I can start charging money for it. And also I'm planning on so I don't want to be stuck just doing readings all the time.
Mm.
I'm going to make a course on numerology for coaches so that they can
Oh,
use it to be able to get more insight into their clients.
that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a really short course. We're gonna do it over 2 days because I'm pretty sure I can
Wow.
teach it in 2 days. So we're gonna
That's
do like a weekend, like 6 or 7 hours a day over a weekend.
wow.
Yeah. I don't know
That
when
sounds
that's gonna be
awesome.
yet, but that's gonna come.
Yeah, when that comes, please send me the link. That sounds really interesting.
I will do. Cool. All right. So we do kind of know each other. So for people watching, we met through a Tony Robbins event. We were both crewing for UPW, and so we kind of know each other a little bit. But so I have got a little bit of insight into who Jessica is. Do you prefer going by Jessica or Jess?
Jess,
Yes.
definitely
All
Jess.
right. So I've got a little bit
Jessica
of
said I'm
insight
in
into who
trouble.
Jess is from that ahead of time. However, it's also clearly in her numbers too. So we'll get there too. All right. Shall we get into it? I've got a short period of time. All right. So since I'm going to be putting the video up, you can take notes if you want, but you're also going to get a link to the video when it comes up. So
Well,
you
then I
don't
won't take notes.
necessarily need the notes if you don't want.
Focus on what you're saying rather.
Yes. All right. So your numerology numbers come from both your name and your birth date. Most people are more familiar with just the one number in their chart, which is their birth path number that comes from their birth date. Now, if you can pop your birth date into one of those numerology life numbers, most of the websites are going to tell you you're a 4 for your life path. However, you're actually a 13, which I
Oh,
think which I think should be read as a double digit, not reduced to one digit. So to reduce it in numerology, that means you add the two digits together. So 1 plus 3 is 4. But 13 should be read as an individual number, most definitely. So this is your life
okay.
path number, also known as your birth path number. And 13 is similar to 4 in that they're both very hardworking, methodical, understanding processes and sequences of things and how things need to happen. However,
That's so true.
13, your regular 4 is somebody who's going to be like an engineer, an accountant, working with manual labor frequently. Farmers tend to be 4s. And that is not you.
That's definitely not me.
Yeah, the 13s are more into personal transformation, personal growth, spiritual topics. And honestly, if a 13 tries to live as a regular 4, they're gonna be miserable.
Yeah, I've been there, and you're so right. Spot on. Doesn't work for me.
So 13 needs to apply their understanding of systems and processes more to people than things. Yeah.
100%. Wow, this is quite scary in a good way.
So that is your birth path number. A 13 is also, and as a number of personal transformation, it also means that you are someone who's going to go through waves of big changes in your life, where like frequently you're going to be going through identity changes and shifts, and the way you think is going to radically change even from one year to the next. So you are someone that if someone knew you 10 years ago and they meet you now, you're not going to be the same person.
Not even close.
It's like someone needs to stay in your life all the time if they're going to keep up with you.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Actually, I literally just reconnected with an old friend from high school, and she was like, I never knew you were like this. I was like, I wasn't like this when you knew me. That is so accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Another symbol for 13 is the phoenix.
That's like one of my favorite fantasy animals.
Yeah.
That is, oh my gosh, like you're blowing my mind.
I love blowing people's minds. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm shook it. I'm like, have you been watching me? Who told you this?
Only a few of your Facebook posts, but you're not quite this public with your Facebook posts and your personal life.
It's so hectic. Wow. So
Yes.
what's this, the symbolism behind the phoenix, if I may ask?
It has to do with facing catastrophe and difficulty and then rising up to step into your power afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's literally all happened in the last year. So, wow, you're freaking me out, but in a very happy way. I'm
Good.
very happily freaked.
All
Wow.
right. So that's just your first number in your chart. We've got 7 of your main numbers to go through. So next up is your destiny number, and this one is the total of the number values of all of the letters in your name. So
I'm scared of this one. I'm nervous.
the two strongest forces in your numerology chart are your birth path or life path number, your 13, and your destiny number, which is a 9. So 9 is very much connected to dreaming. Got big dreams.
Huge.
They're also driven to help like all of humanity. They don't want to help just a few people. They don't want to just be responsible for like their family, their friends, their little community. 9s want to impact the planet.
You said it. You're
Yeah.
spot on. I'm
They
a
want,
leadership development coach, so that makes sense.
yeah. And
Wow.
9s are also tend to be very emotional. They tend to wear their heart on their sleeve a lot. They've got big hearts, and which they love to give to others and help others a lot. And they tend to have some talent when it comes to the arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
So some other people in the world who are 9s that you might relate with, the Dalai Lama is one.
Yes.
And surprisingly large amount of actors and actresses are 9s.
Makes sense.
Yes. And it's also because 9 has this ability, if you add up all the numbers 1 through 8, it comes to 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. So 9 is it has the qualities of all of the other numbers already mixed in. So it's kind of like the top of the heap in that way.
Mm.
That makes, however, one of the weaknesses of the number 9 is a tendency to sometimes be indecisive and not know which way to go. And
Absolutely.
that comes from being so good at so many different things that you've got too many paths that you could choose from.
Yes, that's exactly. It's like you're reading my life back to me. Yes, I've
Yeah.
experienced this many times in my life.
It's like, I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. Oh no, which way do I go?
Like, which one are you best at? No, equally good at them all. So what do you do?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
true.
And what really helps 9 to move forward in life is when they find their big vision for the world. That's when they find their direction. Yeah.
Spot on. That's the only thing that's been keeping me focused the last like 3 years is I've had an ultimate goal. And like you said, it's connected to impacting many people. So whenever I'm doubtful, I'm like, how's this aligning with that goal? And that
Yeah.
makes me take the step. But you're spot on. Previously, before I had that goal, it was all over the place, all the time. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So that is your destiny number. Your personality number is a 22. Personality number has to do with how other people are going to perceive you, especially when they first meet you before they get to know you very well.
This is good.
So it's a part of you, but it's not a very deep part of you. It's kind of like the cloak you wear when you're around people you're not sure you're safe with yet. Yeah.
That is definitely a clerk there.
Yeah. 22 is very diplomatic, very caring with other people. So it meshes well with 9 in that way. So it's not really a false facade because your 9 is also very caring with people. However, it hides certain aspects of your magnificence.
Like the honest opinion sometimes.
Yes. Like your 13 fire of transformation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 22 is also, however, usually very successful when it comes to business and life. And that success comes from collaboration. So with this as your personality number, it's going to be easier for you than it might be for some other people to find people who want to collaborate with you.
That's actually true. And you know, the best, like only recently, like the biggest leaps in my business have happened when I've connected with the right people.
Yeah.
Like the biggest changes or the biggest elevation in my business and myself has been when I've connected with the right mentors or the right partners. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
like on the nail.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. Nope, they don't. Your challenge number is a 2. So your challenge number, we get this from the total of how many letters are in your name.
Okay.
Just count up how many letters are in your name. So you've got 7 letters in your first name, 6 in your middle name, and 7 in your last name. So it's 20 letters. 2 plus 0 is a 2.
Right.
Yeah. So your challenge number. This is something that's not easy for you, especially when you're younger, but it's actually a strength in disguise. This is something that you're going to get good at. And as you get older, as you integrate more of it into your life, as you grow, it becomes something you're really good at. And 2 is similar to 22, which is actually 2 2s side by side each other.
Yeah.
In that 2 is very diplomatic, very caring, can also be very artistic. It's very into detail work. And it tends to, people with this number tend to find themselves frequently as the peacekeeper between 2 other people who are in conflict.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I'm the family mediator, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, that is so scary. Yeah, yeah, I'm the in-betweener.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
when you were younger, that would have been something that perhaps you resented or didn't like that you had to do all the time. But you are actually good at it.
Yeah, now that I use it, I mean, before
Yeah.
I was like, why should I be in the middle? But you're spot on. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely something that is developed and now is something I'm using to my advantage. But
Mhm.
yeah, in the past, you know, definitely was like, why is it me? Why do I have to be
Yeah.
100%?
Yeah. Hmm. So another aspect of that two challenge, because two can be very emotionally sensitive, is a
Very
tendency
true.
towards um, two things. One is it's a two, it's towards two things. One is possibly depression.
Yeah. Been there.
The other is getting really bogged down in the details and losing sight
Also
of the
been
big
there.
picture.
Yeah, I've both those things. So both those things have been consistently consistent in my phases of life for sure.
Yeah.
You know, before the renewing and the ashes, it usually gets to that state where I'm like it's low, and then I always break through, but exactly that. Each new phase has been a depression, bogged down by the details, or overwhelmed and consumed by all those little things, forgetting the big goal. So 100%, you are right, right, right.
Numbers don't lie. Am I still freaking you out?
No, I'm actually a little, I'm not, I've never done a numerology reading, but it's always interested me. So to see how accurate it is and not one thing that you've mentioned has been off the mark is actually fascinating.
Yeah. Another thing that happens with a two challenge is you may find yourself swinging between two extremes. The one being too giving in too much to other people's desires, letting go of your own boundaries too much. The
Mm.
other extreme being asserting your boundaries a little too powerfully
Mm-hmm.
and like hurting people's feelings in the process. So
Yeah,
learning to
there's
find,
definitely that phase in my life as well.
yeah, learning to find that happy medium in the middle where you can
Yeah.
own your boundaries and who you are without giving in too much to other people and without freaking them out too much
Yeah.
and
No,
being
you're
too
spot
hard
on.
for
There's
them.
definitely a patch there in my life that I
Yeah.
experienced that exact thing where it was like either I would self-sabotage by people pleasing, or I'd be on the other extreme where I was totally selfish and neither was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely a phase that I went through. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to your heart's desire number because this one's always fun. The heart's desire number, it comes from just the vowels in your name. And this represents a desire that you have deep in your heart of something you want to do, something you want to become. And this also has a tendency to show up in who we fall in love with and what
Ooh.
kind of friends we want to surround ourselves with. Because we tend to fall for someone and want to surround ourselves with people who have this quality that we want to develop in ourselves. So for you, this is a 5.
Ooh, 5. Interesting.
So a 5 heart's desire number, it tells me that you have a desire in your heart for a lot of movement, a lot of travel, a lot of desire to mingle with a whole lot of people from all different sorts of walks of life. And there's also a desire for lots of flexibility and the ability to really go with the flow in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate dream. Yeah. Travel, help people, meet people, impact people. Yeah, you said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, moving with that. Yeah. So actually
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say what you said because it was perfect.
Yeah. One difficulty with this is your heart's desire number. If someone has an awful lot of 5 in their numerology chart. Like, we're talking somebody who's got like 5s in like 3 or 4 different places in their numerology chart. They have a tendency to want so much variety in their life that they don't settle down with just one partner. So there may be a little bit of a challenge there in finding a partner who has enough of that 5 variety, life, movement going on, who actually wants to settle down with just one partner and is not like a tumbleweed going from partner to partner to partner to partner over and over.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, it's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, it took me a long time to find the relationship I'm in now. It took me a lot of bad relationships to find this one. Yeah, so that actually is very accurate. Like the past relationships were very much, yeah, not, we just weren't disgusting. They weren't good.
So
They
that was
didn't suit my
accurate.
5 lifestyle.
Yeah. I actually fell for a guy once, and then I went ahead and he didn't want to tell me his middle name. He didn't want me to know that much about him. I was a sleuth. I found it anyway, I admit it, and did his numerology chart, and I was like, he's got 4 5s in his
Oh
chart.
no,
Like, okay, no wonder. All right.
bad.
Why? I need to let him go.
That is amazing. Okay, well, luckily I don't have too many 5s, I don't think.
No, you just got 1.
Okay, well, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the adventure part of it. That's definitely true.
Yeah. Your realization number is, or maturity number, I sometimes call it too. This is who you are growing into through the process of your life. And it's also a 22, like your personality number.
That's so weird.
So you might also want to go online and look up what other people have to say on the number 22 and what it means, because you'll find more info there. And so this is who you're growing into, and one of the main nicknames of this is the Master Builder. So it's a master number, and it is definitely one of the more successful ones. So you're headed for great things.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there like a time on that? Can I set a date to that? When's the deadline? Greatness.
Let's see the dateline. You are actually still in your first life phase, which we're going to get into next.
Crazy.
You are still in your first life phase for about another 1.5 years. It ends at the end of 2024.
I can't believe you actually. I was just joking about the deadline, but I can handle it till then. That's great.
Yeah.
I can handle it till then, end of 2024. Okay.
Yeah. So there are actually dates for things indicated, which is really an interesting part that I love. So
yeah.
Your current life phase that you are in, that started when you were born, is a 1 with a 2 challenge. So this is the 1 is really that drive to blaze your own trail, to
very accurate.
Yeah, to stand on your own 2 feet, to be your own person in the world. And that 2 challenge goes back to your 2 challenge number from your name, because it's exactly the same thing. It's just like an extra wallop of dealing with the details and possible depression and learning to navigate that balance between your own boundaries and other people's desires, and yeah, all of that.
Wow, that is okay. Well, at least I feel like I'm on the right path then, because all of it seems to be lining up with the changes that I made last year. So I haven't totally made a mistake. I'm doing the right thing. I'm just in the challenge part.
I'm glad to hear that you made a bunch of changes last year. Last year for you was a 7-year.
Okay.
So 7-year is a time when the universe is showing you what's not working in your life so that you can change it and fix it.
Wow. So that's actually free. Like when I say I made changes, I mean like I left my job, I relocated, I started a company, like I did stuff last year.
Good.
Big stuff.
I am so thankful to hear that. One of the reasons why I'm thankful to hear that is because that's going to make next year easier for you. If someone gets shown what they need to change, but they don't change it in a 7-year, the 9-year, 2 years later will force them to change and it won't be nice about it. So
Okay.
I'm happy to hear that you made a bunch of changes last year because that will make next year easier.
I could go for an easy year. That would be great. An easier year sounds like, yeah, I deserve that.
This year, however, where you're at right now, you are in an 8-year, and this is a year that is all about business and moving forward and making money. And yeah, this year is all like you are the boss this year.
Wow. Do you want to hear something? So something just I think is interesting is it might not, I just believe in like some signs, whatever, but the house that I moved into and kind of relocated to is number 8, which I just think is just kind of weird. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. What's interesting though, I also have, I'm going to show you my page. This is you. All of my calculations. Oh, there we go. Oh, my blur screen is not working well. There we go. There we go. This number bar down here, that has to do with how many letters in your name correspond with each number. And you have, your highest one is a number 1. You have 6 letters in your name that correlate to the number 1. So that is an awful lot of initiative and drive and sparking of ideas going on in your head. Like an
actually,
like an idea generator.
yeah, this is the idea factory. Very solution orientated, always like something.
Yeah, you are an idea factory. You don't actually have any numbers in your name that correlate to the number 8, though. What that tells me is that as a leader, you are not a particularly bossy or managerial type person. You are more of a visionary in your leadership style. You're not going to be somebody who is barking orders or telling people what to do. You would prefer people to have their freedom to take your vision and run with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I hate bossing people around, and I like to surround myself with people who take initiative as well. Like,
yeah,
if they can have the idea and run with the initiative, like I love those people.
yeah.
That's very accurate.
If you are in the process of hiring and you're looking for someone to help as a manager of your business, because you don't have hardly any 8s in your chart or name, I would do the numerology charts on people you're hiring, and I would purposely look for an 8.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because the 8s are your take charge boss. This is how it is. I'm going to tell you how to do it, and you're going to do it kind of people.
Yeah.
And
I need some of those.
you could use one of those as a helper, but you need to make sure that it's an 8 who's going to run with your vision, not their own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Find me one of those. Anyone watching this, if that's you. That's funny. Wow, that is so interesting, especially the idea thing. Like that's part of what I do in a lot of my leadership programs. Is I show people the solutions to whatever problem they're dealing with, just one after the other. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I went through that pretty quick because I am a little short on time this morning. The last one I did yesterday, we talked for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
person that I did yesterday. So I was like, I only have an hour. I need to go faster.
Oh my gosh. No, but this was amazing. Wow. So is that all my numbers? Is that all? How many did we do?
We went through your 7 main numbers and then your life phase that you're in right now, which is coming to a close soon. 2024 will be the last year of your current life phase, and then 2025 starts up a new one.
And it's a good one. Can you tell me if it's going to be good?
Your next one is going to be a 7 with a 1 challenge. There's going to be an awful lot of learning involved in that period. However, that 1 challenge is also going to be continually pushing you to step up higher and higher in your leadership.
Mm,
Yeah.
I'm sensing that coming in my life already, actually. Like
Yeah.
having to step up my
Yeah.
game. Wow.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of learning experiences. So the first life phase we go through is one of the longest ones. It lasts for you, it's 32 years long.
Really long phase. It's a really
Really,
long phase.
really long phase. Yeah. These second and third ones are quick. They're only 9 years each.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Love that. I hope they're like happy phases.
Your third one is an 8, also with a 1 challenge. So when you get there, that's going to be 2034 to 2042. That's when the majority of your financial success is likely to come in your life.
Wow, that's a long time. Okay, wow.
That doesn't mean you can't have financial success in the meantime. You absolutely can, but that phase is going to take it to a higher level than you reached previously.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Love that. But if I do really well now, I'll do extra well then.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Set yourself up to go even higher.
Yeah, I love that. I love that journey for me.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You're also in that phase with an 8, you're going to be transitioning from doing as much of the work yourself to more getting other people to do work for you.
Oh, good. I like that phase. That also sounds like a good phase for me. I like that phase.
Yeah.
That's a great challenge.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be good.
accept. Wow.
Your
This is
last life phase, which is not going to start until 2043 when you're 51. And the last one is also long because we don't know when it ends. It ends until you're done life.
I'm gonna say, if you know that number, don't tell me that. I don't want to know
I
that.
don't know that number. I've heard that there's a way to calculate it, but I don't really want to learn how to do that. So
I've also been told, but I don't like the idea that I'm setting myself up to think it's gonna end when it ends.
yeah. So your last life phase is going to be 9, same as your destiny number, with a 3 challenge. So it's going to be a time of really fulfilling that big dream that you have. Is when that's all going to come to fruition. It's quite a promise actually to have a life phase with the same number as your destiny number, because you're really going to be owning who you are in every area.
This is so exciting. I'm very excited for my life. I actually didn't know, like when I came into this, I was like, is it going to be like doom and gloom? But it's actually it's accurate and it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Because everything you're saying sort of aligns with the journey I've already taken. So what you're telling me for my future is a lot of, even if things don't go as I planned, it's a lot of unfolding what I've already decided to do. So it's quite, I don't know how to say it. What is the word? Reassuring. Quite reassuring, if I can put it that way. I'm like, I was very scared to make those changes that I did last year, but they were big and I've made them. And like, obviously now that when you've made the decision is where you're like, did I do the right thing? So this has been so reassuring for me because I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at this time.
Exactly.
So wow.
Exactly.
I mean,
That is the main bonus of a numerology reading to me, is that settled piece of I haven't missed it. I haven't messed things up. I'm actually right where I'm supposed to be right now.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I feel. I'm like, I can sleep at night knowing that the journey is unfolding just as it should.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
Yeah. And you still have your free will in all of this, because you can choose to embody the highest potential in your numbers, the best qualities of them, or you can choose to wallow in the weaknesses of them. Like you could have gotten stuck in that indecision and not moving forward if you hadn't decided to catch a vision to go for in your life.
Yeah.
And you could have gotten stuck with that 2 challenge, being a doormat for other people until you lash out at them in anger back and forth over and over. Or you can choose to step up and learn to use it as a strength and learn to find your balance in it.
Wow. That's where I'm at now, is learning to learn the strength and share it. And yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
It was a long first phase though for me. Wow.
It's a long first phase.
It
Yeah.
is some stuff.
It's a
Like
long
a lot of
first
stuff.
phase for everyone. It's interesting sometimes because I watch people on social media, and once in a while someone will pop up with, my life is changing, everything's going crazy. What do I do? And I look at like their age, and they're always somewhere between 27 and 35. Because that's where it hits for everyone. Is in
That is
that
so
window.
true. That is so true. You know, now that you've said that, if I think of my coaching clients who had a big change, like you said,
Yeah.
there's between those ages.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I need to do a numerology course. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Krista, like, thank you. Wow. I'm like blown away. I feel very peaceful though. I was quite scared. I was like, what's going to be spoken over my life? But it's really good stuff. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I try to make sure I always focus on the positive, and because you've got so much potential, everyone does, to live their highest dreams. I never want to bog someone down in the negative side of it, but sometimes I do need to let people know, okay, this indicates a weakness in this area that you should navigate a little bit, but
And you were spot on with, I think you said the weakness of the number 2, where it was like the one extreme, like either being a doormat or either being so selfish that you would cut yourself off. So, like, I mean, one of my biggest phases or journeys or chapters within this phase was learning how to set boundaries and learning how to communicate them without conflict. Like, that was my ultimate game changer. Like, learning that it's not a fight, simply communication. Like that was huge for me because it was exactly like you said. It would be people please, until I would snap, lash out, be totally crazy Gemini twin, Jekyll and Hyde, and then for my while I would be on my own, do my thing, But
yeah,
it wasn't healthy. Yeah. So that was a huge weakness that I had to deal with, and I
yeah,
have to remind myself, got to communicate this,
yeah.
huge.
It's
Yeah.
like, no, communicate it when it's small, when I can do it without lashing out, when I'm not angry, so that it never becomes a big blow up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really did have the tendency to blow up. I was a blow up person. And add that to the numbers that make me emotional. Wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing to just hear how, in a way, like your journey is kind of set out for you already. Like your
It's
phases
in
will
a lot of
come, like
ways. Yeah.
grow into that. Like it's kind of reassuring. Like you have free will over it, but you can live the lowest version of it or the highest version of it, but it's set. Like
Yeah.
you are, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
For example, if you were someone who was not into personal development and taking care of yourself and stuff like that, when an 8 phase comes along and someone with a 2 challenge, if they were living the lowest level of it and not stepping into their power with it, they could potentially become abusive to other people. Because
Wow.
yeah, that potential is there. And however, that's not your path.
I was just gonna say like that. It's so crazy that I'm on the extreme well, I hope I'm on the extreme opposite of trying to uplift and elevate people. You know
Yeah,
that my opposite version,
yeah,
I would be hurting people,
yeah.
and I have hurt people in the past. I mean, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Like, wow, to actually, wow, that's scary. Okay, go. I'll just stay on this side of that coin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's,
let's
let's
not
just
do
stay on
that.
the good side.
I'll be good. Wow. And then is there anything about a Ferrari or a chateau in the south of France?
Oh, you're gonna end up in an 8 life phase, and 8 loves opulence
I
and
don't know if that's only in case.
luxury.
I feel like
And
I've always had that.
8 can be very showy with their financial abundance. Like some people will, like 8s are like the patrons of the arts who actually buy the $8 million painting. And
I
like
would do it. If I had that, I would do it.
whereas me, I'm happy with just a print. It's cheaper.
I'm also happy with the print, but if I had the 8 million, but yeah, I would do it. If I had the money to buy the chateau, I would invite everybody, but
Yeah,
I'd definitely do it.
yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, good. So when I'm in my 8th phase, maybe.
That is coming in your life, along with the potential to have the resources to do it. So
Great.
yeah,
Good. Let's affirm that potential. Let's make that happen. When I
yeah,
buy my chateau and everything, you're welcome to come and visit.
I would love to.
You can have the West Wing. Oh well. Even so, it would be a good life anyway. This has been just phenomenal. Thank you so much for just taking the time to do this with me. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And if you know anybody who wants a numerology reading, feel free to send them my way. I do
Yeah.
not, well, I have my website name bought, but I haven't built the website yet. So
That's okay. And are you still doing the free?
I'm doing the take action before you're ready thing.
You know what? That's the only way we learn. We learn on the job, not before
Yeah,
the job.
yeah.
Yeah.